It's a bit of happiness on the wall. My name is, well, my painting name is Claire Zylstra-Harding. It's my maiden name and married name, meshed, well, hyphenated. I think I come from an artistic family, potentially, although there's more of a musical background. One of my older brothers is actually a very good artist, and through him sort of seeing what he can draw and everything, that sort of tweaked my interest. And then visiting art galleries a lot when I was little. I currently work at an art gallery, and I have for coming up to 18 years. I have different art styles. So the art that's on the wall here is very out of the box for me. It's very different. I like to do more realistic artwork, but this was, I saw art by the artists Robert and Sonia Delaunay, and I just sort of thought that's an interesting, it's really, really colourful. So I took that first inspiration, but then I've sort of made it my own by putting some of my own personality in there. I find it really difficult to go colour. Colour is not me. This is me, the darker, but then, so I can't help myself when I'm adding black. So then there's colour, so it's just sort of, it's shading my personality, just to push myself as a challenge. This was mixing colours on just using raw colours out of the tube and putting them straight on here, then sort of mixing them more on here, as opposed to doing it all on a palette and paint, and then having lines and drawing a chair, or painting a chair or painting an object or something like that, and just having a bit more freedom. And so that's a really difficult thing for my mind to get around. I paint because it is cathartic. I suppose there is also an inner expression as well why I paint. This one over here is a self-portrait. Of all three of them, this one's the most personal because it is a self-portrait. Although you wouldn't realise but it is, because so there's the darkness and there's my green eye and then sort of a profile and everything. But this is because of a lot of inner turmoil I'll have. That's why there's sharp lines and then the nice cylindrical stuff. So that's sort of, that's why that one's a bit more personal. The other two still have some personal stuff. So you've got the labyrinth, little bit of internal discovery, and then just sort of the kaleidoscopic colours, because so many facets to the personality. And I'm a very personal person. I'm a pessimist. I say that with pride. So that's one of the things to push it, because it could be seen as a very optimistic painting, whereas I'm not optimistic. I'm quite the opposite. I get told off for that sometimes. So, and I suppose the next one, which is the labyrinth one, and the labyrinth, I was introduced to labyrinths through someone gave me a book, and I just thought how interesting the labyrinths are, and just when you walk them and you follow them, they're a little journey within themselves as you follow it around, and that's sort of a journey that people, like a life journey, you follow this little thing around, you don't know what's around the next corner. So that's why that is, where it's dark in the middle and then it goes out to lighter colours, because that's a bit of a self journey as well. For me, I hope the colours uplift, whether they feel a connection to the way I've put in the labyrinth and all those sort of things that are personal to me, whether they sort of connect with that, that's an added bonus. And they might see something like a sunset in there, or the sky. It really could be anything. It's a bit of happiness on the wall, and if someone can connect with it, then that's good. Whether they connect with a similar journey or feeling to what I had when I painted it, that's even better. But if they draw their own thing out, well, that's just as good, really, because art is there to invoke emotion, and that's what you want in the end. Whether it's the same emotion as you had painting it, I don't think that's not important. It's the fact that it's evoking an emotion in the viewer. You can find me on Instagram, Facebook, and the Colour Space website.